So we have the list of commandments as Moses receives them from God on the Mount of Sinai. Here, still continuing to work through the book of Exodus. And Pope Francis in 2013 gave a nice little, I think he did a series, might have been even the Wednesday audiences, he did a series on the commandments. And I just want to read a section here for launching off point for us this morning. As we hear the commandments, right, the word commandment even has become extremely unfashionable today. Pope Francis says this, to today's person, it recalls something negative. Commandment recalls something negative. Someone's will that imposes limits, that places obstacles in our lives. Right? So don't fornicate. That's an obstacle to my life. The command to not fornicate, it takes my life away. It takes away an aspect of my life, flourishing and joy and happiness and living my best life. So he says it places obstacles to our lives. And he goes on to say, unfortunately, history, even recent history, is marked by tyranny, ideologies, mindsets that have been imposed and oppressive, that haven't sought the good of humanity, but rather power, success, and profit. So in other words, saying like the reason why, a part of why commandments has become unfashionable today and we have that aversion towards it is because those a lot of times setting commands are by tyrants who want to soak up more power, that wants to oppress. With that this morning I thought of, I referred to it at a daily mass previously, maybe a few months ago, but it's by a YouTuber, quite famous YouTuber now, Alex O'Connor. He's one of the leading new atheists, and he I think his YouTube channel is called Cosmic Skeptic, but he recently is doing a rebranding, and I forget the title of it right now, but you can look up Alex O'Connor. But he had a conversation with Bishop Barron, and I went back to look this morning to get the actual quote because it's so powerful. Of Alex O'Connor, after this maybe hour and a half conversation with Bishop Barron, Alex O'Connor, the atheist, says this: for me, the problem with tyranny is the tyrant. So Alex O'Connor is dead right here. For me, the problem with tyranny is the tyrant. It seems to me that if there were a person or a being who genuinely knew you better than you knew yourself, genuinely wanted the best for you, and genuinely knew how to get the best for you, then it would be irrational for you not to do what they say all the time. This shouldn't be, all the time, this shouldn't be described as tyranny, but rather genuine, enlightened advice that you would be foolish not to take. That's exactly right. Alex O'Connor, the new atheist, famous on YouTube, he's exactly right. And so that's why the psalmist can say, right, we have an entire psalm, the longest psalm in, I think the longest book in the Bible, can say, I want more of the law. Give me more, right? Because the more law I get, the more free I can become, the more I can flourish as a human. I can live more, like give me more of it. So the good news of the gospel for Alex O'Connor and everyone else in the world today, and parts of our hearts that see God and the commands as opposed to my life or taking away from my freedom, the good news of the gospel is this, that to tell Alex O'Connor and to tell those parts of our heart, there really is one who genuinely knows you better than you know yourself. There really is someone who genuinely wants what's best for you. There really is someone who genuinely knows how to get that best thing for you. And his name's God. And he gave his son for us. And he's given us the law, and he's anything but a tyrant because he's not trying to gobble up power. He's not trying to gobble up little minions under him. So the Ten Commandments is the path forward for us. It's the path to take. You know, it constitutes the moral code that builds just societies, that allows the human heart to flourish and to be free. And so let us follow every single one of God's laws and commands.